What's an actual cause of death so extremely rare that it's hard to believe it's possible?
I heard that recently. A sinkhole formed under some man's bedroom and took him with it. It was so deep that they couldn't find him. Definitely a unique death situation.
Laughing to death. 50-year-old Alex Mitchell could not stop laughing for a continuous 25-minute period, almost the entire length a TV show called Kung Fu Capers, and suffered a fatal heart attack. As a result of the strain placed on his heart, Alex's widow later sent the goodies, who were starring in that show, a letter thanking them for making his final moments so pleasant.
Innocent people have gone to jail for murder because the real explanation for why someone died was so rare and infrequent that courts didn't believe those explanations as plausible to cases off the top of my head. Lindy Chamberlain, a dingo, actually did eat her baby, and Kathleen Folbig had 4 children die from a rare genetic mutation.
Beaver bites. I always think about that guy in Belarus.
I used to work with a man who had an elderly relative come to the hospital with symptoms suggesting a stroke, and he died later that evening. I don't remember all the details, but everyone thought the family might be sitting on a big fat lawsuit. Until the labs all came back, the relative had a type of leukemia that is diagnosed about 10 times a year in the US, and they've never come up with a chemotherapy protocol for it because nobody has ever lived long enough for them to do so.
Being hit in the sternum at just the right moment to interfere with the heart's beating. It can't be predicted or avoided with any consistency, and leaves no clinical evidence. If it happens and someone with CPR skills isn't around, the person just dies without a mark on them.
Patricia Stallings was wrongfully convicted of murder after the death of her son Ryan on September 7, 1989. Because testing seems to indicate an elevated level of ethylene glycol in Ryan's blood. Authorities suspected antifreeze poisoning, and they arrested Stallings the next day. She was convicted in 1991. In jail, had another baby, diagnosed with methylmalonic acidemia NMA, a rare genetic disorder that can mimic antifreeze poisoning. They both died of an illness that mimics antifreeze poisoning.
Fatal familial insomnia. You can't sleep, and you don't sleep until you die. And it runs in the family.
Guy's beard was so long that when he tried to flee a house fire, he tripped over it and broke his neck falling down the stairs. Dude was a mayor Hans something or other.
Greek philosopher Aeschylus was killed when an eagle dropped a turtle on his head, mistaking his bald pate for a rock.
It isn't rare, but every year, many people die by putting a pressure washer, Garni nozzle in their ass or vagina, and shredding their internal organs. Choice.
A dingo really did eat that poor woman's baby, but nobody believed her, and she went to jail for it.
Stingray tail in the heart.
Dying of a broken heart.